So we're going to do some reads this evening. I already had these, let me flip my cords there. I already had these scheduled, but here we go. I know I'm going to come across some of y'all's For You page and you didn't even know about this account or whatever. Make sure that you like and follow this account. Make sure that you like and follow me on YouTube as well. All the TikToks, all the YouTubes, all the Instagrams, all the things. We're going to start with a couple of reads from the other night. I thought I was going to be able to get to finish them, and I have not. So this is going to be kind of a half and half. Like there's going to be some from the other night and some from tonight. You still have a chance to get on the list for tonight or tomorrow. Now, let me say this. Tomorrow during the day, I will be on live both here on TikTok and live on YouTube. You can go back and watch these at any time. They are public. You can go watch them at any time. So if you are worried about not being here, not staying awake, not being up tomorrow, whatever, I got you. No worries. All right. The first one on my list is Joy Spurlock. Actually, I'm going to save these energy reads for a little bit. Because I still need to finish Brett's from the other day as well. But we are going to start with some chords. Kristie C. Kristie C. All right, you got it. Will your work projects get easier? You got it. Will your work projects get easier? I'm going to leave those where they fell. So you're starting here with Danu, which is motherhood. This is creation. When this card comes up, especially in an aspect of work, this tells me that you are shifting your own mindset, which is why you're concerned with projects getting easier versus harder. Whenever we're in a mindset, especially with work, that we see things starting to be harder and harder that have always come easy, one of two things is happening. And before I ever turn these cards over, we're going to talk about those. I'm going to scoot you guys back just a hair. Hold on. You're going for a ride. Okay. One of two things is happening. Now, a lot of people, beginner witches, etc., are going to say, oh, well, just because you're about to level up. No, that is not the case. I'm going to go ahead and throw unpopular opinion out there. People that have been around for a very long time know that when let's say that you have had the same job for, 10 years, right? You've been doing the same types of projects for 10 years. They should be like this. They should be easy cheese. Aside from, technology shifts or code upgrades, or whatever, depending on what area you work in. They should not be getting harder. So if you find that these normal, easy, everyday projects are getting harder, then that means that this is time for you to take a look at where else your talents need to go, whether it's asking for a raise, whatever it is. With the motherhood and creation aspect, especially with Danu, this is starting anew. This is leveling up. Oh, I have my deck upside down. The next is willpower, okay? You know what? I have my deck upside down for a reason. So we're going to read them upside down for a reason. Because as soon as I turned it over, I was like, you know what? That came out upside down. So you have willpower upside down. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure that all my peoples over here are mods that need to be mods. What is up? I did not get my live stream back. This is my other account. If you guys do not follow this account on TikTok, please do so. I've had this account for a long time. I just tend to forget about it until it's needed. But yeah, I can't keep a good witch down, right? Anyway, so I'm going to read this the way it fell. I am not going to answer a crazy amount of questions on here. I love your face, Miss Misty Dawn. I just want to say, I know this is not a question or whatever, and I'll message you because we need to have a chat because I saw your video and I commented on it. I'll message you. I have a long drive Thursday and Friday. So if you have time, either one of those days, you let me know. So Kristie, the fact that willpower came up upside down tells me this. With Danu there and with you asking if work is going to get easier, it also tells me that you're tired of it. You're tired of the bullshit. Does that make sense? Seeing that the willpower, I don't ever have my deck upside down. Like, that's why I was like, wait a minute. Okay, they came out that way, so we're going to leave it that way. When we're ready to level up, not when the universe is ready for us to level up, but when we are ready to level up, we start to get annoyed. And I said annoyed on purpose. We start to get annoyed with just low-level crud. Just low-level crud. And that tends to drain your willpower. That low-level crud. Because we get to the point that we just don't want to do it anymore. You just don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to do the low-level crud anymore. So I understand why you asked what you asked. This is the card that flew out, and it is probably going to be upside down. So I'm curious to see what it is, because this one flew out as I was drawing. This is safe travel upside down in the middle. I am going to say that this tells me this is not the time for you to ask for a raise or, well, not a raise. This is not the time for you to ask for a promotion. This is not the time for you to be looking for another job just yet. Just yet. In other words, plant all the seeds first. Plant all the seeds first. Be looking at, why is this crud draining your willpower? Why is that crud draining your willpower? And be really honest with yourself. Be really honest with yourself. Because when things are draining your willpower and you're getting burnt out on things, there's a reason. There's a reason. Even people that absolutely love their job, love everything that they do, get burnt out. And when they get burnt out, what happens is they tend to think that they're just done with that career path or that company or that job or whatever. And so they start to look for something else, which they don't need to do. By looking at what is draining your willpower with these projects and what it is that your soul is craving as far as creation of something new goes, that's going to intersect in a lot of different places. And you're going to be able to look at it and be like, oh yeah, okay. So I recommend writing these down. Like, sit down at a time when you're really frustrated. Like, say you just got home from work. I keep doing that because your question's right there. A time when you just got home from work. And, or maybe while you're at work, maybe you're at lunch, maybe you're on break. You've had a frustrating day. You're irritated, you're cranky, you're peeved. So what is it that frustrates you? What is it that's draining every bit of your willpower? That's going to give you a lot as far as what it is you need to create. This is kind of where you're going. Like, this is the whole path. And the way that these have read, I don't think that this is going to be a simple yes or no answer for your question. Finding love is upside down. That tells me that you have fallen out of love with your job. It 100% tells me you have fallen out of love with your job. I find it interesting that the safe travel card is upside down. And here's what I'm going to say, because I said this is not the time for you to be looking for a new position in a new company, etc. It's not. I'm going to say give it a couple of weeks to a month. Tell the universe as you're writing this stuff down, like why this is draining my willpower. Have the universe give you a sign, and it needs to be a weird sign, okay? Not just, I want to see an owl when I'm on the right path. Owls are everywhere, everywhere. Make it a blue fox or a pink goldfish or something like that. Make it something very unique that will tell you when it's time for you to start looking for other jobs. What this tells me with the finding love being upside down, and I can't wait to turn this card over, is that there's a job that has to be cleared out for you first. Maybe somebody needs to retire. Maybe they are moving to a different job, whatever it is. The job, your dream job that will make these projects easier, and I put that in air quotes, is waiting. It just needs to be cleared out first, if that makes sense. So Kristie, give the universe a very specific, very odd thing to show you when it's time to start looking for another job. Because the end card you have, of course you do, is the Red Shepherd, and this is just reward. It's just reward, which tells me that you're a very hard worker. You put in a lot of effort. You put in a lot of time. You put in a lot of things when it comes to your job and your work ethic. I wouldn't be surprised to know that you have a very, very strong work ethic, especially because you specifically said, will my work projects get easier, not will they lighten up, or will this happen or that happen? Like, will they get easier? I am going to say no, because you're not meant to stay at this company for a while. But I'm going to reiterate with the safe travel upside down. This is not the time to be putting in applications or sending out resumes. Get your resume all touched up. Get it all prettified. Have Chat GPT help, anything like that. Okay? All that stuff. All that stuff. Get all that ready. Give the universe, hey, I want to see a blue fox when it's time for me to start looking for other jobs. The universe will happily oblige. The universe will happily oblige. Let me see, Christine. Oh, they changed everything. Hold on. Oh, yeah, they changed everything. I just found the best change ever. Oh my gosh. So even though I go live on YouTube as well, mods, guess what? I can give, you should be able to now, Christine. I can give access to Christine and Scarly and Sass to be able to download my live streams and put them on YouTube. So if there's ever a time I can't, I'm so excited with TikTok right now. I'm so excited. Oh, there's Brandon. Yay, let me make Brandon a mod. I'm so excited. That's awesome. Oh my God. Because it's always been such a problem. It's always been such a problem. Let's see. It does make me go through all kinds of steps to add a new moderator now. I'm down. I'm down. All right, Brandon, you should be a mod. Dude, that's awesome as hell. That makes me so excited. That makes me so excited. You're official. You're official. Kristie, I'm sorry I got distracted. I think that your dream job is around the corner, and I think that you'll have it by the end of summer. I do. So get your resume ready. Give the universe what it is that you want to see as your sign for when it's time to start looking for a new job. I know that everybody gets irritated when people say, well, everything happens for a reason, but it does. But it does. Miss Misty Dawn, I just love the shit out of you. I just want you to know that. Seriously. Seriously. I love the shit out of you. I appreciate you always being on my side. I do. I appreciate you always being on my side. There's a lot of you guys that y'all have been so loyal, and you're here every live stream. You just, yeah. It means a lot to me, more than you know. And I know Misty will understand this because of the last video that I just saw of yours. I'm going to eat a bite of sugar cookie first. I'm not going to spill all the tea. Oh, is that what that was, Misty? Sass was like, Misty just lit some people up. I was like, oh. There are so many people that are simply copycats. That's it. They're simply copycats. They're mirrors of the worst kind. And when they come across the path of somebody that is not a mirror, that has true power of any kind, not just witchy power, true power of any kind, they try to siphon it off. They try to siphon it off, right? You see this in the workplace all the time. Every single one of you has been in a work situation where there's somebody that has a great work ethic. They do what they're supposed to do. And there's always somebody that wants to take credit for what they did. Those kind of people will always get theirs. They will always get theirs. I'm fine. All right. Sabrina. You don't have to do a thing. You don't. Because the people that have actual power rarely have to wield it. When somebody thinks that they did you wrong or know that they did you wrong, I'm just going to say when they think that they did you wrong, it's because they did. It's because they did. I'm going to give you guys a little secret weapon. I'm going to give you guys a little secret weapon. And this is one of my favorite things. I put everything in writing. Okay? So if I am cutting ties with you, whether it's somebody I'm dating, in business, whatever, everything is in writing. Watch what that person picks out of what you say. So let's say that you have 4 points. Let's say it's a business arrangement and you're cutting ties with that other business, okay? And you have 4 points of why. Look at what they pick out. Look at what they pick out. If they answer everything, okay, awesome. That means that they are actually, they're understanding, they're trying, whatever. But if they pick out one little teeny tiny thing, if they pick out one little teeny tiny itsy bitsy thing, I'm just saying. I once had to fire somebody from my shop because of a slew of things, right? But I had caught them on camera taking incense and stuff like that. Now, normally I don't care, right? If you come and you're like, hey, I know I don't get paid till like Friday, but I got some shit going on and I really need some incense. Can I take a thing and put it on, come out of my check or whatever? Baby, I got you. That is the beauty of working in a shop like this. I got you, right? It's the beauty of it being my shop is that if you come to me and you're like, hey, I'm broke as a joke right now, and I know you don't pay till Friday, but is there any way I can get a smudge stick or something like that? Absolutely, yes, I got you. I knew that this person had been stealing. I saw them on, like I have cameras everywhere. I saw them on camera. So when I wrote the email of letting them go, there were like 8 things, right? I never once said that I had them on camera stealing stuff. I just said that I had noticed there were a lot of things missing and that I was going to go back and review the cameras. I didn't tell them I already had. out of this big long email, that is the one thing that they pulled out of that. And it was hilarious. I said, that tells me all I need to know. People will 100% tell on themselves. And y'all, this is one thing that I learned. Y'all are getting a life lesson right here. And then I'm going to read for Sabrina. One thing I learned from my favorite boss ever was cover your own ass and then cover it again. Everything is in writing. Everything is in writing, because even if somebody, let's say that somebody takes that email that I sent in firing somebody and they cut it up, right? And they edit it. I still have the timestamp on the email that I sent. So if you cut it up and you make it look like I sent this with whatever, I can release the actual email with the time and date stamp on it. Same goes for a text message. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. All right, Sabrina. Cover your ass and then cover it again. Make yourself a backup email account just in case, because we all know that technology glitches. So what happens if you lose your main email account that you have been, working from or whatever? You need to have a backup email account, and for very important stuff like that, you need to be sending a copy of it to that email account. Just saying. All right. Sabrina wants to know, should I pursue selling my jewelry? Girl, I'm never going to tell you no. I'm never going to tell you no. But I want to see what this has to say. But let me just say this as me talking to you as a friend. Yes, you should. Absolutely. You should. Absolutely. It's hard to sell anything right now. Period. Period. But I'm never going to say no. Okay? You have the Maestro, which is Master of Ingenuity, which is, or Inspiration, excuse me. It's ingenuity, it's wisdom, it's understanding. So that tells me that you've been doing really, really well with the ideas for your jewelry. And then you have Castaway Negativity. We're going to turn the fan on because it's hot. My upstairs AC unit isn't working as well as it should. And it is muggy as everything outside. I don't know how steamy it is down there in Texas. I can only imagine because it's gross up here. Castaway Negativity. Sabrina, honey, whoever told you not to sell whoever told you not to sell your jewelry. Whoever told you whatever, you can cut that person off. Seriously. Just cut that person off. Anybody that is actually your friend, knowing that you're passionate about that, knowing that you're passionate about making something, should encourage you, should offer you some awesome advice. They should be your biggest fan. They should never, ever make you feel like your stuff isn't good enough. Ever. Ever. A good friend might see something that maybe you make a candle, right? And it's ugly. I make some candles that they're ugly, but they're not meant to be pretty. They're meant to be ugly. A good friend won't look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's so cute." A good friend will look at it and be like, "Dude, what the hell? Like, that's ugly as shit. Can we dress that up a little bit?" You know what I mean? Like, but they're never going to be like, oh my God, you should never, ever do that again. They're not going to say that. So whoever this negativity is, and I say whoever because I feel like it's somebody that on purpose has made you feel like you can't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They need a sour jar. I'm sorry. But if you are discouraging somebody from succeeding, that is a you problem. And you need to ask yourself why you're discouraging people from succeeding. Then you have equilibrium. You need to find your footing, Sabrina. You need to find your footing, okay? What I would recommend is this. Make a whole bunch of items, a whole bunch of pieces. Go to some of the smaller craft shows. Go to some of the, if it's like witchy jewelry or whatever, do some horror place, conventions, some paranormal conventions, things like that. But start getting your equilibrium. Start building your brand. Make sure you have all of your social media. Make sure that you have a website or an Etsy page or whatever. Y'all, let me tell you this. It only costs you like $12 a year to get a domain. Do it. Because I have watched people go and buy a domain for someone else's business just so that person can't get that domain. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So if you're thinking of starting a business, like if you have plans, you have a name, you have all this stuff, go spend the $12 and buy the damn domain. Okay? You just need to gain your equilibrium, Sabrina. You need to gain your equilibrium. Get your feet under you. Look at, my recommendation is this too, since you said, should I pursue selling my jewelry? That tells me that this is stuff you make. Go on Etsy, go on Pinterest. Be careful with Pinterest. Go and look at other people's packaging. Okay. I'm not recommending to copy something outright, but look at things like, and make yourself a list. Oh my gosh, I love these colors. These two colors are my brand colors. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, I don't really care for that color green or this or this or this. Make a list of do's and don'ts, likes and dislikes, okay? I like these boxes, but I don't really care for the bags. Do you see what I'm saying? Start looking at other people's packaging and saying, okay, I like this, but I don't like this. And that way you're developing the packaging for your brand that you feel represents you the best. It's called market research. That's what you guys need to be doing. If you, especially Sabrina, since you're talking about selling your items, market research. Don't copy other people's stuff, but market research, right? There's a lot of times that I have shifted my packaging because I've ordered something or I've seen something. I'm like, that is cool as shit. And so I'm like, all right, let me tweak this for Bodie Bougie and let's la la la, you know? That's exactly what I recommend. I am so sick of allergies. I'm so sick of, time out, Sabrina. I'm so sick of allergies. I have been taking like Claritin, like religiously every morning, but we had nasty storms roll through this morning and my nose has been itchy. My eye was itchy earlier, knock on wood, it's not now. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Like usually by June, the allergies are like kind of calm down. All right. Ready? Get your equilibrium. Get your footing under you. So you had two cards come out. The top one is overcome fear. Man, somebody has really done a working on you, Sabrina. I'm sorry. Somebody has really done a working on you. If you have to cast away negativity and then get your equilibrium and then overcome fear, there's a healthy dose of fear that comes into that goes with starting any business. Period. That goes with making any items with anything. There's a healthy dose of fear. I promise you, you can do it. I feel like you just need encouragement. I promise you, you can do it. I promise. I promise. You just have to overcome that fear. This is a fake it till you make it kind of thing. Underneath that, you have finding love, and I'm all about that. Remember why you started making jewelry. Remember why you started making jewelry. Somebody's talking about me. My nose is itching real bad. I see you sitting outside my live there. Remember why you started doing it. What made you decide, I want to make this, I want to make that? Everybody that crafts stuff, everybody that is a maker, you started doing it because you loved something. You loved stones. I love reminders. You love crystals. You love candles. You love whatever it is, right? You started making jewelry because it was something that you loved. What's up, Miss Gail? And then you have the King Arthur card, which is the champion card. So again, should you pursue selling your jewelry? Yes, 100%. Don't stop. 100%. And whoever it is that has got you sideways with it, I'm sorry. That's the other thing that goes along with people, with copycat people. They get jealous very easy. People get jealous, period. But copycat people get really, really jealous whenever they see someone succeeding. They don't want you to succeed because, you know, they want that success. But they don't want to do the things to be successful. Welcome, Misty. I have watched it too much. Not only have I watched it too much, but I've watched people grab social media. Here's my other recommendation, business owners. Create a separate email that's just for your business stuff. You don't send anything to customers. You don't send, nobody needs to know about this, a secret squirrel email. This is where all your financial stuff goes. This is where your social media logins go. And put every bit of the identification, backup, etc. on it. When I first opened the apothecary, I created an Instagram account for it. Not because I planned on posting to 5 different accounts, but because I knew that somebody would try to get it. Just to be that way. Somebody ended up hacking into that account and I can't get it back. Even though there was not a post 1 on it, they ended up hacking into that account and getting the account. So make yourself a secret squirrel email that no one knows about and no one has access to. That's where your financial stuff goes. That's where your social media stuff goes. Period. All right, Steven. You are so funny, Misty. I'm just saying. There's a reason that I say bitches be bitches, because they will do whatever they can. In any business, in any industry. It makes me sad. It really, really does. I have been around long enough to see like the internet really become a thing, for social media to become a thing, you know, life before cell phones, all that stuff. And it doesn't matter if there's technology or not. Corporate espionage is corporate espionage. It is. Cookies are wonderful. I love cookies. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. Steven said, whatever comes up. I got you. So you start off with the Leper King, which is bravery, self-discipline, and faith. And then you have good fortune. In the middle, you have passion. and then leadership, and then the Morrigan, which is opposition, it's anticipation, it's introspection. Okay. Sometimes good fortune comes in weird ways. Sometimes good fortune is so intricately packaged that we don't realize it's good fortune. How many times have you heard someone say, oh, you dodged a bullet with that one? Because you got out of a relationship or you quit a job or whatever. Jobs are, we're just going to talk about jobs a lot tonight, I guess. But maybe you quit or you got fired and then, you know, the company folded. And you thought, woo, I'm so glad that I'm not there anymore. Good fortune. Beginner witchy people think that good fortune is money. Beginner witchy people, and I'm saying it like this on purpose because over the last couple of days, I have been on another account, my troll account, really looking at some stuff because I have gotten off of witch talk apparently. So y'all please tag this account and my main account and all kinds of stuff, okay? Because please get me back on witch talk. Because right now I'm on political TikTok and I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to be there anymore. I don't know how I got there, but I don't want to be there anymore. So beginner witchy people really think that good fortune is only money. But it's not. But it's not. And I want to show you this card. And I want you to look at the design. I'm going to hold it up really close. I want you to look at the design behind the main emblem. Look at how intricate that is. That is good fortune. That is good fortune. Good fortune is this intricate, beautiful thing. Money is only one part of it. Peace is only one part of it. Happiness is only one part of it. Good fortune comes in so many different styles and colors and formats and whatever. A lot of times we get this interesting self-discipline that we're only chasing this, or we're only chasing this, or we're only chasing this. But we forget that good fortune is everything, right? I had some appointments in Tulsa. I was running some errands before I got out of town, and the song 7 Rings by Ariana Grande came on. I love that song. And one of the things that I love in there, it says, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but she says, whoever said money can't buy happiness didn't have enough money. And I agree with that. But how much money happiness is to you is going to be different than what it is to me or to whoever over there or over there, over there. It's going to be different to everybody. For me, buying myself happiness is fresh, hot McDonald's French fries. I don't care what you say. Fight me. That is happiness right there. The only thing happier than that is getting somebody else's. You know, when your kids get a Happy Meal and you didn't get fries and you're like, can I have a fry? And it's like the best, like crispiest, perfectly salted fry ever. That's happiness. That is buying happiness, right? But people think that buying happiness is a big mansion and $10 million in your bank account and so on. No. Right now, what's buying me happiness? Some of you guys may have seen the video on my main account where Brody and Allie announced that they were having a baby, and then they did a gender reveal this weekend. They're having a little girl. I was just waiting. I thought I was gonna have to wait till August to find out if it was a girl or a boy. Don't you guys think for 1 second that I did not have my Amazon cart ready to go. I got tiny girl her first pair of red bottoms. I don't even have a pair of red bottoms, but baby girl needs a pair of red bottoms. I bought the cutest little leather moccasin booties with a bow on them with red red bottoms. They were $15 and that bought me happiness. That bought me happiness, right? So we get to this point where we think, why am I yelling? We get to this point where we think that happiness has this massive price tag, but it doesn't. Good fortune is a mix of everything. I think right now, Stephen, the reason that this is coming up and the reason that I felt like I needed to talk about that with this reading, you've been putting a lot of faith in certain things. I think a small amount of certain things, right? You've been putting a lot of self-discipline into your work, your manifestations, your mindset, where you're going, and so on and so forth. But those are only like 2 aspects of good fortune. Just like I say, you can't win the lottery if you don't go buy a ticket. Like, you have to put in the work, right? You need to decide what would actually make Stephen happy. Is it a cabin in the woods? Is it jet setting around to wherever you want to go? Is it hot French fries? You know, like, what is it that would make Stephen, oh sweet, hi Scarly, that would make Stephen happy? Let me fix this real quick. Awesome. There you go. Scarly, you missed the announcement a while ago. I say announcement, but TikTok changed some moderator access. So now I can give you guys that have access to my YouTube, I can give you guys access to download the live streams and put them up. Like if I'm traveling and I can't do both at the same time. Y'all don't know how excited I am about that. You don't. There has been so much stress trying to get stuff downloaded and uploaded and so on. Oh, I'm so happy. So, Stephen, I want you to think about what it is that A, success looks like to you, and B, good fortune looks like to you, because those 2 things are completely different. And then I want you to look at where your passion currently is. Because your passion is what's going to help drive that good fortune. How many times have you seen somebody that's uber super talented in something, but they hate it? But they're forced to do it because they're talented in it and it comes easy to them, but they hate it. I mean, I see it a lot. If you decide where your passion is, it's much easier to have good fortune and to be happy doing that thing. The other thing I find interesting is the leadership card and the Morrigan card. I have this feeling that you're just questioning a lot of shit in life right now. For these themes to come up when you said whatever comes up, I have a feeling that you're just questioning all kinds of stuff right now. There's always some powerful person that has your back, always. Every one of you, whether it's a friend, whether it's a parent, whether it's a boss, a coworker. I'm talking human people. Human people. Deities aside, human people. There's always somebody that has a lot of power that has your back, every single one of you. Don't forget that. Even if you know that you have all these deities just lining up to bless you, whatever. Remember the people that have always stood behind you for everything. Remember those people. Leadership comes in so many forms. There are leaders that they rush forward, they stand up in front of everything. There are leaders that lead from behind. There are leaders that you don't really even know they're the leader. So keep in mind that just because your leadership style doesn't look like the traditional way of leading, that's fine. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Every one of you needs to remember that. So when the leadership card comes up in one of your readings and you're like, I don't want to, sometimes Leadership is just being you and doing what you do. How many times have you had someone say that they've looked up to you or whatever? And you're like, what? Really? Why? You know, like, what? That's a form of leadership. If you have kids, if you have family, if you have maybe a younger coworker that you're teaching the ropes, those kind of things, that's leadership. That's leadership. Just saying. I hope that makes sense, Stephen. I hope that makes sense. I feel like you really want to make big moves, but you don't know where to make these big moves at. Just step back and take a breath. You'll see exactly where you need to make these moves at. Doc. Doc is next. Okay, both of those have to go over there. All right, you got it. Okay. Whatever needs to happen, you got it. There's Doc. Whatever needs to happen. You have the Maestro, which is the master of inspiration. I keep wanting to say, I don't know what I keep wanting to say. It says understanding and ingenuity. It's also community. I feel like I need to point that out. And then you have Abraham, which is truth and justice and duty. And I want you to notice that around both of these gentlemen is are these lights. I know that this is more of a scale, but I just wanted to point that out. And then you have happiness, intuition, and learn the truth. All right. I don't know how long you've been hanging out and listening to what I've been saying this evening, but I'm going to try to speak in code a little bit to you. I'm going to try to speak in code a little bit. I know that you've had some very interesting ideas be popping up in the noggin of yours. I know that you've also felt like there was something happening that was just outside of your reach and you couldn't pinpoint what it was. There's a lot of things that come to light when you least expect them to. I'm going to talk about that learn the truth card last. Sometimes when we've been in certain circles and realms, certain circles for a while, and we know certain people and we have a certain sense of community and so on with some of these people, it's really easy to feel someone's vibe, to feel their energy. Even when you don't talk to them anymore. Especially if they're a creator or they post videos or they make comments on videos. It's very, very easy to feel someone's vibe. So keep that in mind. The truth, justice, and duty card, the Abraham card. Bibliomancy is a fantastical thing. It is a fantastical thing. I happen to draw 5 cards for you. 5 is a good number. You know, there is a book of the Bible called the Abraham. Bibliomancy is a fantastical thing. If you guys do not know what bibliomancy is, that's your homework. That's your homework. Your happiness, Doc, your intuition is spot on lately. I'm just going to say that if there's a lot of eyes in this reading, there's a lot of eyeballs. When certain people think that you are a threat to their energy, to their business, to what they're doing, especially if these people are not on the up and up, they will throw little tantrums, little kitty tantrums. And I think that you should take some time and not be on this account right here, on your normal doc account, and just do some scrolling. You just do some scrolling, because it's very, very easy to see the truth with a lot of things, especially for people that are really, really beginners, because they want to tell everything that they're doing so they get a following. They want to tell everything that they're doing so they look powerful. It's not a fake it till you make it kind of thing. It is a manipulation tactic. Learn the truth about why your intuition keeps telling you that things are being done. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Learn the truth about your intuition. Learn the truth about... What's up, Mike? Good. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm glad that makes sense. I also happen to know that you live in a very interesting place on some very gorgeous land with some amazing wood and vines and things like that. And that vines are fantastic for certain kinds of workings, especially when they are hand stripped. And I know that you love to work with wood, and I know that you like to make all kinds of fun things. And it's so funny. I can almost hear you over there, like doing a little giggle like this. All that to say, yeah, somebody's fucking with you. On purpose, but directed purpose. On directed purpose. There's also a lot of squares in this, or I want you just to look. Notice well, just, these cards all have geometric shapes on them, but I find it interesting that all of these have that exact same design, that same pattern. Just pay attention to things, and yeah. A lot of times people think that you have to have a star to do workings, but you don't. A square is actually more powerful because it means the 4 elements encompass everything, and there is a point in the middle on the inside. Just saying. Just saying. Does that kind of make sense, Doc? I hope so. I'm like, let me kind of speak in code without being like blah, 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 blah. And here's the other thing. I'm glad that I didn't get to read for you the other night, because I think that a lot of the things that you need to find for your intuition and learning the truth they weren't posted then. I think that they are posted now, but they weren't posted then, if that makes sense. Because I did your energy read the other night, but not this one. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So, you know, if you feel the need to go play outside, then, you know, there's that. Just go play outside. Just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. You get a secret squirrel, you're happy. I mean, I understand. I have some really good secret squirrel stuff planned for this weekend. I can't wait. I can't wait. Kirby poo. Kirby poo. Kirby poo. There's always underhanded stuff going on. So I will tell you guys, I will tell you guys that next Friday, when we do the live at the new location, I will be launching the website for that location. And if you want to pick a specific person to sponsor every month, that will be up. If you want to just do one blanket for the summer, that will be up too. For those of you guys that have already like adopted a grave for the summer, we can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough because apparently removing a groundhog family from a cemetery, even for like backwoods removal, it costs some money. It costs some money. It does. It costs some money. So yeah. So I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. All right, Kirby. Jacob, I'm not worried about it. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about it. I do want to say this too. It's kind of interesting because somebody posted about like underhanded workings. There are always underhanded workings going on. There always have been since the beginning of time, and there will be long after all of us are gone. There's always somebody somewhere doing some shit, saying some mean shit, doing some mean shit. But I can promise you guys the universe will not let you fail. If you're on the path that you're supposed to be on for your highest good, the universe will never let you fail. Excuse me. I'm just saying. All right, Kirby. People may try their damnedest, but the universe will not let you fail. All right. Spiritual gifts, and I'm not going to read all the rest of it. Okay. My nose is itching. Jesus, somebody is really talking about me. Just don't make me jack up my nose ring. All right. You have Osiris, which is commitment, acquisition, and responsibility. And then you have change. So let's talk about those before I turn anything else over. And I know I always make this Spider-Man joke, like with great power comes great responsibility. But a lot of people are getting interesting new gifts right now. There's not even a word for what they are. Some of them are a mash of other gifts. Some of them are an interesting mix And some of them are things that we didn't even realize was a thing. And here's what I found even more interesting, or you guys might find this even more interesting. It's not just a handful of people that are going through this. It's not just a handful of people. It is, I'm going to say 80% of the spiritual community. 80%. People that have been in the spiritual community for a very long time, people that are newer to the spiritual community, 80%, maybe as high as like 82%, are going through this change. Their gifts expanding, their powers growing, things like that. Now, the last 18 to 20%, the reason that they are not going through this is because they are some of the people I was talking about earlier that are just the copycatters, that are just, they are actually powerless unless they have a mirror to siphon power from somebody else. But what sucks about that is that 20%, that 18 to 20%, they're pretty damn strong, because when you are a mirror that has been siphoning your gifts from somebody else's gifts, you have been sucking energy, stealing gifts, spiritual gifts from other people, that comes with a humongous cost. So, Kirby, the change card. All of the gifts that you've been experiencing, all of the things that have been happening where you feel like you're not able to move forward, you're not able to take steps to keep going, etc. Look for the secret tunnels around. Look for the little pathways out into the woods. Look for the other ways to get around this hurdle. My favorite thing to say is shift and pivot. Shift and pivot. Shift and pivot. Whether it's dealing with people or the universe. Shift and pivot. Because I think that the reason you feel blocked right now is because the gifts that you're developing don't fit into a mold of the clairs. It doesn't fit into a mold of what we know are gifts. And I said what I said about mirrors and about people siphoning gifts because it would not surprise me if somebody has been siphoning your stuff off. Does that make sense? Then you have healing energy. I just said that I would not be surprised that someone has been siphoning off your gifts or your energy. Pay real close attention to who you feel drained afterwards. Who you feel like, who you visit. Let me word that a little better. Who you're visiting with, who you're around, who you're working with, and how drained you feel afterwards. All of you guys in the spiritual community, I guarantee you've been noticing that exact thing that I was just saying. You notice that somebody that is like a really, really good friend, or you thought they were a good friend, a coworker, a family member, whatever, you've noticed that here lately, every time you're around them, you walk away so far exhausted that you can't see straight. Am I right? Y'all have been noticing it. Overcome fear. Kirby, take some time to heal yourself. Take some time to, whether it's listening to some things on YouTube to make, to reset yourself. And I'm going to say this too. For those of you guys that have followed me for a long time, you know that I'm a big frequency person. I talk about the solfeggios and stuff like that. And a lot of you guys, if you've been in the spiritual realm for a long time, then chances are you have notice that the things you used to do as far as frequencies let me rephrase that. If y'all have been listening to frequencies for a long time as well, you may notice that they're not working as well. You can't sleep as well, you can't focus as well, etc. Take a break from them. Take a break from them. There's a lot of really interesting hybrid stuff on YouTube right now that includes binaural beats, theta waves, alpha waves, things like that. Make sure that you listen to it a little bit before you decide to sleep to it. Listen to the little bit of the first of it, skip to the middle, skip to different places within it, especially if it's like a sleep track, like 8 to 11 hours. Pick out some different pieces, because if you skip to an area and you're like, ooh, no, instant headache, you don't want to sleep to that. But take a break from the frequencies for a little bit. Listen to other things that are meant to ping your brain a little bit. Binaural beats, theta waves, alpha waves, etc. Those are all amazing things. Or if you're like, well, I also have listened to those and they aren't working, take a break from all of it. Listen to classical music instead. Classical music, especially piano music, especially Mozart, Beethoven, anything around that era, pings something interesting in the brain. It will help you focus better. It will, if you have neurospicy kids, it will help them focus a lot better. But classical music does amazing things for the human brain. So if you've noticed that frequency isn't working as much anymore, or certain theta waves, whatever, binaural beats aren't working, just take a break from all of that and listen to classical music. Okay? But overcome that fear, Kirby. A lot of times before I turn this last card over, when we have somebody that is siphoning off our energy and all of that crap, because that's what it is, we start to be afraid that we're not in touch with our gifts, or we start to be afraid that we can't tap in the way we used to tap in. That leads to a ton of anxiety, it leads to a ton of fear, and it leads to us stopping in our tracks. So you're going to have to overcome that fear, and I'm just going to say the only way out is through when it comes to that crap. Oh, and then you have the Mother of Dawn, which is beauty and agency and compassion, because of course you do. So you're going from a place of acquiring new gifts, changing how you develop and hone in those gifts, healing yourself so you can overcome this fear that's been placed in there, so you can be the emissary of what it is that you're creating. I hope that makes sense, Kirby Poo. I hope that makes sense. I saw Brandon say that we're supposed to have more storms and stuff tonight. I so just don't want to. I so just don't want to. I was talking to somebody a while ago that's going to watch my house this weekend. And they were like, oh, it's supposed to stop raining and so on and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, but they just put a thing in that we're now supposed to have more crap. The ground is squishy. Like, the ground is squishy, man. Okay. Sammie M, you are next. You have just a general read. I got you. Sammie is going to be the last one on the old list that I'm going to do tonight. And then I'm going to start those of you guys that have reads for tonight. And tomorrow at noon, if you had a read on the 7th, is that what this is? No. I don't know what day this is. If you had a read on like the 14th, then I will finish yours tomorrow at noon. They will be on YouTube. So that way you can, yeah. All right, Sammie. Hey, Scarly or Christine, I just saw a notification that there was a message that came through with a screenshot. Will you see what that is? Y'all, just so you guys know, my mods and I, all of us are on like super high alert. So if you're a scammer, or if you're somebody that has been on purpose doing shit, just know that we're paying attention to every little thing. To every little thing. Just so you guys know. All right, Sammie. So you threw out the Traveler at me, which is the Keeper of the Crossroads. I love this card. I really love this deck, but this card right here is just crazy epic, right? So this card is restlessness, but it's appraisal. It's looking at everywhere you are in life, and it's independence. A couple of fake boaties. Thank you. If y'all find fake boaties, please, 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 please send them our way, especially if they do not have my name, but they're using my face. Thank you to all of you guys that are sending those in. Every time y'all send one of those to us, we go and block them. Like, we go and block them. I'm so sick of it. This whole thing with somebody false reporting me all week last week is just utter BS. And I'm going to be ramping up my efforts to get verified no matter what I have to do. Like, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. So, yeah. So, Sammie, restlessness, apprentice, independence, that's a new word. Apprentice, which is appraisal and independence together. Apprentice. Can we just make that a word? There we go. There we go. Apprentice. It's a new word. Independence and appraisal. I like apprentice. I think we're gonna start using that. I think we're gonna start using that. Sammie, this tells me that the reason you just said I just need a general read, like what's up, what's going on. I think that you're feeling really, really restless lately. I would, before I turn any of these other cards over, I would bet that you're someone who you feel like all the normal protections aren't working anymore. All of this stuff isn't working anymore. All of that stuff isn't working anymore. Like, you're feeling like all the things that used to be your foundation no longer have teeth to them. So you're kind of a little restless in that you don't really know what to do, where to pivot, where to shift. Because I know sometimes when I say shift and pivot, I see the comments and I see some of you guys are like, well, I don't know where to shift and pivot. Like, I don't know where to shift and pivot. That's okay. Just shift. You know what? Even pausing in the moment is a shift. If you're someone that go, or you were in the middle of go, and something happened and you were like, all right, I'm just going to plant my feet and we're just going to stop. That is still a shift. Then you have two cards that came out together. The one on top is Divine Guidance, and the one on bottom is Wisdom. I find that very interesting. Because aren't those both technically the same thing? Divine guidance and wisdom. Wisdom comes with experience. Divine guidance is intuition. That's how we're guided with divine guidance. Am I correct? So I'm going to say this, Sammie. I would be trusting your gut. 100% would be trusting your gut. Because whatever it is that has you restless right now, I almost want to say like you've seen it before. Does that make sense? You've seen this before. Even old magic is new magic, and even new magic is old magic. I want you to listen to that again. Even old magic is new magic. And even new magic is old magic. Old magic is new magic in the way that, have you ever listened to a kid who is discovering an older musician for the first time. I remember that my boys were like 10, 11, 12 when they discovered Johnny Cash. So when they were like so excited about Johnny Cash songs, their dad and I were like, yeah, we used to listen to that when we were younger. And then our parents were like, yeah, we were around when he came out, when he came out as a musician. So everything is a cycle. Everything is a cycle. So old magic is new magic, and that there will always be someone that will discover old magic and make it new again. How many times have y'all seen here lately on YouTube, on TikTok, on whatever, where they're talking about how they're using AI to decode manuscripts that have been lost to time? The translation has been lost to time. How many times have you seen where AI is helping to decode like the Dead Sea Scrolls that are, burnt and wrapped up, and just by touching them, they could fall apart? Old magic becomes new magic again. New magic becomes old magic. New magic is old magic. All of these things you guys see on TikTok, none of that is new magic. And I want you to really think about that. None of that is new magic. Do you think that someone just invented peppercorn for TikTok? Do you think that someone just invented cinnamon for TikTok? Do you think they just invented quartz for TikTok? Do you see what I'm saying? None of that is new. And I know some of you are like, well, what about this and this and this? Listen to me. None of that is new. The only thing that changes is how things are put together. And somebody, here's a good example of somebody wanting to argue the point. Well, they didn't have Roombas 200 years ago. No. But they had kids. What better way to cleanse your house than to give your kid the incense to run around with? Is that not a Roomba? That one's funny. Thank you for that. Every single thing magically is not new. Nobody just discovered herbs. Nobody just discovered crystals. Nobody just discovered sigils. Nobody just discovered Latin or ancient languages or bibliomancy or cartography or any of that. It's all just the way it's put together now. New magic is old magic, and old magic is new magic. Listen to your gut completely, Sammie. Listen to your gut completely. I'm also going to recommend this, Sammie, because I feel like I went off on that tangent because you're looking for an answer to something. And this is something that you all can do, no matter where you're watching this live stream at. Just go on YouTube and type in ancient magic, old magic, new magic. Type in something like that and see what YouTube picks for you. See what YouTube picks for you. And fall down that rabbit hole. Just saying. Then you have concealment. What is it that a Bodhi always says? Never announce, because bitches be bitches and witches be witches. Sammie, you don't need to be telling anybody anything. Nobody needs to be knowing anything about what you're doing. Nicole, let me fix your moderator stuff here real quick. Maybe. Yeah. All right. People don't need to see your altar. Y'all, they don't. I don't care. They don't even need to see a fake altar. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I've seen people like, well, I have a fake altar that I change as soon as, you know, I do a video about it. Don't do that, because you're still going to design that fake altar. You're still going to design that fake altar off of how you practice. You're still going to design the layout based on your personal preferences. So even with a fake altar, even if you're recreating an altar that you saw on Pinterest, somebody that's very talented in reverse engineering magic is going to easily know what's on your altar, or if you even have an altar. No one ever needs to see your magical stuff. Period. Y'all see all the things behind me back there. You see some books, you see some trinkets, you see some statues and some stones and so on. I don't show you my altars. I don't show you my tools. I don't show you any of that. Now I'm hungry for fish and chips. Thanks, Eunice. Nobody needs to see that. Concealment is a thing. And I can tell you exactly how long someone has been practicing by what they show on their TikTok and YouTube feed. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just going to leave that tidbit of knowledge right there. And then you have the ageless, which is healing, graciousness, and independence. Acceptance, not independence. I'm so sorry. Independence is over here. I also find it interesting. So on my end, these cards look like this, right? Notice that they're both going in the same way. Notice that this one is red and this one is blue. Notice that you're going from action to knowledge, right? Movement to calm. So I think that this is fantastic, Sammie. I hope that this is exactly what you needed to hear. I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling it is. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All righty then. Let's start on some reads for today. Rachel K is first. All right, Rachel, I got you. I'm only going to read part of what you asked, Rachel. And I find it interesting that I didn't read this before I started this live. What do you want to know about? Why it feels like I'm having to fiercely defend everything. Before I ever draw cards. It's because you have already leveled up. Some of you guys are like, wait, wouldn't that mean that you are leveling up now? No. If you are finding that you are fiercely defending every single bit of you, your life, your spiritual self, your family, if you find that you are tooth and nail fighting shit, it means you have already leveled up. You already have. You guys have all heard the term big fish in a small pond, small fish in a big pond. So if you're in this little bitty pond, right? And you are a fish and you get big, 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 big to the point that you got to jump out of this little pond into a bigger pond. Are you going to immediately be the big fish in the big pond? All you've had is a pond like this to grow in. So you couldn't get any bigger, correct? So when you go to the big pond, you already are used to being the big fish in the pond, but now you're not. You're a small fish in a bigger pond. So everything is going to attack you now because now you're in a bigger pond. You're on a different level. So everything is going to attack you. Everything is going to attack you. That's why. That's why. But let's turn these over. You have Lilith, which is hunger and instinct and animism. So right now, you're operating out of instinct. I haven't even turned any other cards over. Right now, you are operating out of instinct because the way that a big fish in a small pond handles things is different than the way a small fish in a big pond handles things. Am I right? Let's say that you grew up in a small town. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew you. Maybe your dad was like the big wig of town. So everybody kind of respected you and you were the star of the small town, right? And then you go to college. But instead of going to college just in the next town over where you're still really well known, maybe you go to a bigger town, right? Maybe you go to like Tulsa size, okay? Maybe you went from a town of like 10,000 people to a town of 400,000 people. That's a pretty good jump, is it not? You may be super excited at all of the new things and new people, right? But you quickly realize that all of the things you were accustomed to in that tiny town don't equate to shit in the big town. I'll give you a good example of this. My kid, her very first week at college, she got this dose of reality in a great way. My kid was not popular in high school. She wasn't. In fact, she was a wallflower. She didn't get involved in stuff. She took art classes. She was real quiet, right? She had classes with popular kids, just like everybody does. But she didn't think that any of them knew who she was or anything like that. So she goes to college. And she gets in an elevator one evening, and one of the most popular girls in high school was in the elevator with her. And my kid said that she said hi to her by name. She said, "Hi, Kirsten." And my kid was like, "I didn't think you knew who I was." And she was like, "Oh yeah, we had math class together." And she said the girl was real nice and real sweet. Said she had never said a word to in high school. Was real nice and real sweet. And my kid, when she was telling me this on the phone, she said, "I realized that she's not shit now at college. Nobody knows that she was like this and this and this and this." Mm-hmm. When you go from a town of 10,000 and everyone knows you to 400,000 and no one knows you, you don't realize the changes that have to happen. How did you claw to get to the top of the little pond? Now you're in the bigger pond and you have to claw and fight. So, Rachel, by still operating out of instinct, you're not going to get very far. You have to change your strategy now that you're in the bigger pond. This is the balanced emotion card. I haven't even turned any of these cards over. I love this. I love this. This is the balanced emotions card. Instead of operating out of instinct, you have to operate out of balanced emotions when you're in the bigger pond. Because what's going to happen in the bigger pond is that if you start trying to bark orders or snap like you did in the little pond, the bigger fish are going to eat you. They're not going to care who you are or where you came from. They're going to eat you. So you have to balance your emotions out to be in the bigger pond with the bigger fish. Good luck. What I love about this, Rachel, is this tells me that luck is on your side with this. Why do you feel like you have to defend everything really fiercely right now? I'm not saying to just sit back and let things go, but luck is on your side. It might not seem like it sometimes in the moment, but I want you to remember this. And with some of the things you listed, if you have not listened to or read The Art of War, you should. You need to know how to choose your battles. You need to know how to choose your battles. A good leader knows that there are some battles that you have to lose in order to win the war. Then you have Blessed Day. Rachel, I think that you're way better off than you realize that you are. You're way better off than you realize that you are. I know that there's a lot of stuff that you listed in here. And I love the last thing that you said about what you feel right now. I think that you're right. Seeing these two cards, the Good Luck and the Blessed Day, I think that you're right. And I want you to keep in mind that when you grow as a person, people that were not meant to go with you on this path will be removed from that path. Oh, and then you have Nyx, which is Secret and Subterfuge and Vigilance. I love this progression of this line of cards here. Rachel, my advice is going to be to take a step back and just pay attention to everything. Just sit back and watch, right? Just maybe the next couple of days, just sit back and watch and listen. Don't say a word. Don't let the old friends be angry. Let the new friends be whatever. Just listen. Just sit back and listen. Just sit back and listen. You'll learn everything you need to know, Rachel. Just saying. Jeannie is next. All right. So Jeannie, I have you for an energy reading and a card read. So let's do the energy reading first and then the card read. And I'm not going to click on what you put for your card read yet. Your energy is kind of weird. My very first thought is that you feel like you're lost right now because your energy, I don't want to say scattered because that's not the right. It looks like if I'm looking down, if I'm looking in a funnel and I'm looking down the big part at the end, like your energy has this funnel shape to it. I think that you feel like, I don't think lost is the right word, but it's the only word I can think of right now. So let me words it a little bit. All of your energy is like this light golden color, like really, really pale golden color. And this little green dot, well, it's a dark green dot, about like that big, way down there. And it's not sitting straight. It's like this. It's catty corner over here. This is my left side, so it's catty corner over here to the left. What I would say about that is this. I think that you feel a shift. You have felt a shift. It's not that you feel it. You have felt a shift, and you aren't quite sure what to make of it. And so your way of protecting Jennie is to pull that energy in, and not only pull that energy in, but move it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't pull it all straight in here. You kind of shifted it off to the side a little bit. The dark green, it's kind of a dark emerald green, not quite a forest green. You're analyzing so much shit. I wouldn't be surprised to know that you're neurospicy and you overanalyze everything, because the color of it, you just seem to be analyzing every little teeny tiny thing that you can. Every little teeny tiny thing that you can. The gold, the kind of like, it's really like a pale gold. I think that you're stepping into a point that is your own personal power, and you're not quite sure how to hold it, and you're not sure what to do with it. It's just like the first time you hold a new baby. You know what I mean? The first time in your life that you ever hold a new baby, you get so nervous that you're going to drop the baby. Like, that's the only thing going through your mind is like, oh my God, what if I drop the baby? What if I do? Like, that's the, you know what I mean? When you hold a new baby, the nerves that go with that are insane. So you're analyzing every little thing, right? You know, am I holding the blanket right? Is this crooked? Is that, you know what I mean? Like, everything. So you're over analyzing everything. But at the same time, you're so excited to hold the baby, you know, like, you're so excited. You can't wait to smell the new baby smell. And, you know, you can't wait to see the little tiny feeties and all that stuff. So you're excited. This gold is excitement, right? It's being in touch and in tune with this power and this energy, but you're still really nervous about it. So you've got this like interesting little analytical color, like right over here. I think that this is normal. Okay. I think that this is normal. Anytime you go through a shift or a level up or a change or anything like that, it's normal to be like, all right, let me analyze my position. Let me analyze everything that's going on. That's exactly what's happening right now. I think it's great. And I think that until you are ready to open your energy back up, I wouldn't. Just be happy. You know what I mean? That gold is gorgeous. Just be happy in all of it. Be happy in the, you know how whenever you come into a new gift or you feel powerful, you learn something new, it's like a crackle of electricity through your body. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Enjoy how cool that feels, that crazy crackly stuff. Enjoy that. And still be really, really analytical and be watching everything that's going on around you. I think it's gorgeous. I think that the way your energy looks right now is absolutely gorgeous. I do want to talk about the little green emerald again, though. While you're in this analytical mode and while you're paying really close attention to that, it's weird that it sits right here about chest level, and it's a ball about like this. Well, I said upper chest. So I don't know what that is. Upper chest? Yeah, upper chest. Pay really close attention to your heart chakra right now and what is resonating with you, what's sticking with you, and what's not. Because it's just interesting that it's sitting like literally right here. What is resonating with you, what's sticking with you, and what is not. And the reason I said what is not is because when we go through a shift of any kind, when we are learning, when we're growing, when our energy is changing, our gifts are changing, whatever, new things will resonate with you that you need to be paying attention to. But you also will notice that there are old things, people, habits, learnings, spiritual practices, whatever, there are old things that no longer resonate with you. And it's okay to kind of step back from them for a little bit. They'll come up again, I promise. But it's okay to step back from them a little bit. Embrace some of this new stuff and enjoy it. That green will end up getting bigger and bigger and bigger and being back out here in the middle. I also wouldn't be surprised to know that you're kind of a natural healer, because that's a very, very vibrant green. I wouldn't be surprised to know that you're a natural healer. Just saying. In other words, people get addicted to you. You're just beginning? Gotcha. Whatever spirit needs you to know. You got it, love. You got it. Oh, I'm curious. What did it loop on? What did I say on loop? I'm curious. See, now I'm really curious. Like, how many people did it loop for on TikTok, and what did it say on loop for you, as there are certain specific repeating numbers in here? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Interesting. I find it also interesting that with the first card and the last card, I usually draw 3 in the middle, but you have 2, 2, and 2. So you start off with the Keeper of Whiskers, the Keeper of Whiskers. I want to be the Keeper of Whiskers. Does that mean you get to have all of the things with whiskers? I want to be the Keeper of Whiskers. Can that be a thing? Jeannie, will you teach us how to be the Keeper of Whiskers? I'm going to die if you say I've got 4 cats, that you've got 4 cats. The Keeper of Whispers, which is curiosity and madness and forbidden knowledge. And then you have union. Okay. Girl, I'm 100%. 100%. You do have 1 cat and 6 dogs. That's a lot of whiskers. I would say the Keeper of Whiskers that's a good title for you. That's a good title for you. The Keeper of Whiskers. See, there you go. There's your new magical handle. I'm just saying, you didn't even know it. With these 2 cards, I am completely going to recommend that you go fall down the rabbit hole on YouTube. Don't do it on TikTok. Do it on YouTube, because YouTube's been around for a very long time, and there's some really crazy shit on there. Go and look up, like, forbidden magic, ancient magic. Go look up those kind of things. Go look up those kind of things. And just see what TikTok, or what YouTube gives you. And the reason I say that is because every one of you guys, even if you just created a YouTube account, or if you've had one for decades, yes, it's been around that long, everybody's YouTube is cultivated different. It's cultivated different. So see what yours pulls up as far as forbidden knowledge that it thinks you should know about. I would love to be sitting there with you and see what it pulls up. I would love to be sitting there with you and see what it pulls up. Like, you're gonna have to come back on. We're gonna have to do a follow-up live like every month, and some of y'all are just gonna have to come and tell us what it is, because I want to know. I want to know, like, what it leads you down the rabbit hole. That's a good point. Tanya said YouTube on your phone is different than on the TV. Yeah. My YouTube on my computer is completely different than the one on my phone, which is completely different than the one on my TV. It's the craziest thing. So it will cultivate what it is that you watch. Like my phone, a lot of shorts. On my computer, a lot of longer things, a lot of TED Talks. And then on my TV, a lot of music and a lot of things like esoterica or morgue official or things like that. So yeah, I would love to see. Yes, please let us know where you end up, because that's, I'm just saying what I'm saying. So with these two, you have knowledge. I like that you had forbidden knowledge and then knowledge. And then underneath that, you have good luck. Okay. Okay. I don't take that as good luck getting knowledge. I take that as you have forbidden knowledge over here, and we were literally just talking about you going on YouTube and finding forbidden knowledge. Then you pull the knowledge card. You can't make this shit up. But the good luck, I absolutely adore that the good luck card came up. Words are not my friend. We are definitely going to be having storms tonight. I'm not excited about it. Yeah, I 100% want to know what your YouTube pulls up. Y'all, a lot of people think that ancient magic, that forbidden knowledge, etc., is just about doing bad shit, but it's not. But it's not. In fact, that's only like a minuscule amount of it. Success, manifestation, personal power, growth, gifts, all of those things, good luck. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that are used in every single ancient magical practice. And I say every single one because YouTube may lead person A down a Greek path, and person B down an Egyptian path, and person C down an Asian path, or so on. Every single culture, every single ancient practice has different strategies for good luck. So knowing that the good luck card is right here, I would say look up, ancient magics, forbidden knowledge on good luck, on manifestation, on success. I would specifically gear it toward that, if that makes sense. I can't wait to see these last cards. So we're just going to turn them intuition. Of course it is. And the Keeper of Whispers. No, that's the first one. The Traveler. I was fixing to laugh. Let me back up. The Traveler, which is the Keeper of the Crossroads. But this is restlessness, independence, and appraisal. But what I want you to notice is notice the back of the chariot there, and notice the headdress and so on. Does it not look awful similar to that? Does it not? I'm just saying. Am I crazy? Like, I feel like these two go hand in hand together. You started off with forbidden knowledge, the Keeper of Whispers, and then you end up with the Keeper of the Crossroads. Like, the Keeper of the Crossroads. And didn't we joke that you're the Keeper of Whiskers? I'm just saying. Animal magic is also a thing. Aww. Thank you for reporting me. It says that, I guess because I put my cards too up close. My live visibility is restricted for 10 minutes because my live is not eligible for recommendation because I may be promoting a brand, product, or service. The restriction will be removed once you turn on the content disclosure warning. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's my own brand. We'll go ahead and do that. Whatever. I love it. That's because I was holding up the cards too close. So go be the keeper. Go be the keeper. Go be the keeper. Y'all, there's a reason you need to be following me on YouTube. There's a reason you need to be following me on Patreon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Things are in place for there to be, yeah. things are in place for there to be a lot more content there because of all these crazy bot things that are going on. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. Unsure how to take that comment, so gonna go ahead and screenshot that. You know what? Just because we're just gonna do this. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and do that. No tolerance. No tolerance. Yeah, no tolerance. I wasn't sure how to take that comment, so just went ahead and muted and blocked. And if that person has a problem with it, they can message me. But, yeah. All right, Tegan is next. Ooh, an energy reading for the Tegan. Dude, your last name is cool as shit, Tegan. I'm just saying. Sounds like some magical Latin spell. Well, thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. Okay. I see you over there, Tegan. You have this gorgeous, like, it's mainly pink, like I'm gonna say a little darker than Barbie pink, but not quite magenta. And then there's a little ridge of, I don't know what you would call that color. It's like purple blue, but it's really pale, so it's not indigo. But anyway, they come down like this, and then the blue goes in, and the pink swirls like this, and then the blue goes out like that without the pink. Dude, you're like a whirlpool of energy. I just want to sit and watch it. It's so pretty. Because it just comes in and spirals, and then the blue shoots back out. Dude, you're like a master at moderation. You're a master at mediation. That pink color is so gorgeous. You have a very, very, well, you have the perfect mix of happiness, of making other people happy, and also power where people, and I think that this is a learned thing, because I would bet that you've had a pink in your energy the vast majority of your life. You had to fight against being a people pleaser because you want everybody to be happy. Like, you just like happiness. You like everybody to be happy. So you've always had this gorgeous pink color. But I think that the personal power is a learned response. And I'm really proud of you for that, because that means you had to go through, when you have to learn how to be that way, you have to go through some of the darkest crap that other people will do to people. So I am really proud of you for developing that personal power, if that makes sense. Thank you, Jeannie. Hey, Brett. The blue, I want to talk about that, because like I said, it comes down like this and then it comes out, and it's like if you took cornflower blue and put lavender in it at the same time. Like, it's absolutely freaking gorgeous, which tells me that you're perfecting your own inner peace right now. You've realized the inner peace is not just sitting on a mountaintop, with a mudra, humming for 10 years. You realize that your inner peace looks nothing like what you thought it would look like. The lavender also signifies not only a spiritual connection, but nostalgia. And so you've been doing a lot of inner child work to make this inner peace happen. In case nobody has told you, Tegan, lately, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. In fact, I would bet people have been telling you just the opposite. My eyeball's itchy and I'm trying not to itch it because I got my nails done and they're really, really sharp. Keep doing what you're doing for you. There are going to be a lot of people that are not happy with the fact that you have this energy. There are going to be a lot of people that are not happy with the fact that you have this golden energy, because that's what pink energy is. Golden energy is like, you know, the shining light. Pink energy is kindness. It's love. And people get drawn to that. Especially people that want to take advantage of that. I do. I love this blue. This blue lavender. Oh my God, I love this so much. My friend, you've been working. I almost want to like protect you like a kid. I love you, pink energy people. My friend, you've worked so hard to be where you're at energetically. You have worked so hard to get where you're going. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Not only that, but keep in mind that the people that are hating on the change that you've made, the people that dislike who you are now, and chances are they've used those exact words, people that do those kind of things, they don't need access to anything at all with you. They don't. Because you developing this gorgeous energy and this swirl of it tells me that you are solidly on your spiritual path. Don't let anybody screw that up. Don't let anybody kick you off of that. Just don't let any of that happen, because you are totally on the path you were supposed to be on. And in case nobody has told you lately, Tegan, I'm so damn proud of you for this. I keep pointing over there because your name is right there, but thank you, Kathy. I'm so damn proud of you for this, because seeing that swirl, that's so much work that went into you getting where you are right now. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Tegan. Like, I just want to grin. Like, I feel like I'm your mom and you just graduated from some amazing shit and I'm up there just like beaming in the stands. Like, that's the kind of proud I am of seeing this. Sweetie, you're working so hard and it's paying off. Don't stop. Okay. I keep feeling like I need to just keep encouraging you. Like, don't stop. Don't stop. You're doing what you're supposed to do. I'm very proud of you. Everybody else here is proud of you too. Don't think they're not. Thank you for letting me read you. Oh my God. Tammi G is next. Actually, before I start Tammy's read, we're all going to take a 60-second break, because I've been drinking a ton of water and tea today, and I'm about to flow off. I just want to make sure there's no doggy dogs right here underneath me. All right, 60 seconds. Okay, maybe 113 seconds, but we'll be right back. I'll be right back. I need like a cute little intermission sign, right? All right. Intermission over. Intermission over. All right. Miss Tammi. Yeah, exactly like the Twitch streamers. You may or may not be on the list. You were so funny. What's up, Sylvie Pooh? Will Tammi stay in her current role at work? Let's find out. All I could hear in my head when I said let's find out was the owl from the Tootsie Roll Pop. It was like 1, 2, 3. So you have Hades, which is equality, wisdom, and inevitability. Finding love. I'm going to tentatively say no before I turn any other cards over. I'm going to tentatively say no, but banish a curse. Nope. The answer is 100% no. You're not going to stay in your current role. Let go. You can't make this shit up. I know what this last card is, but I'm not going to show you yet. The reason that you even had to ask, I think that you already know the answer. I think you already knew the answer was no. Because the Hades card, the wisdom card, means that you've already been feeling this change and shift coming. And here's the thing I'm going to say. Because finding love, banish a curse, and let go, like, that's a lot. You have somebody there that's trying to throw you under the bus constantly. Constantly. They're doing everything they can to throw you under the bus constantly. I'm proud of you for not biting. You know what I mean? A lot of times when somebody's trying to throw us under the bus or make us look like an idiot or whatever they're trying to do, we end up, people that have a victim mentality will jump on that, right? Because they like the drama. They say they don't, but they like the drama. So when they have a victim mentality, they immediately jump on that. You haven't been, though. Which is why they're still trying to throw you under the fucking bus all the time. Here's how I feel like this is going to go down. I feel like this is going to go down where they're going to believe that they got you in trouble. I think that you staying in your current role at work is not going to be for long. I really don't. I think that probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, your boss is probably going to pull you into the office and say, you know, I would like for you to do this or whatever. Your boss is going to have you do this like secret hush hush, okay? Keep it hush hush. Let this person think that they have done all of this bullshit. Let this person think that they're, oh my gosh. I love things like this because when somebody is doing something so horrible to someone else, even though there is no reason for them to do anything to this person, all because of jealousy or whatever, letting them think that they're getting what they want and then getting the rug yanked out from under them is the best thing ever. Is the best thing ever. And I think that that's what you're fixing to watch. Let go of this position. When your boss is like, or it may even be your boss's boss, when they offer you the ability to change, to shift, to move forward. I love these necklaces, but they always end up getting tangled up. When they offer you the ability to move forward and they offer you a way to continue to grow with the company or whatever, take it. Take it. Even if you love your current role, even if you have been in your current role for a long time and you feel like nobody else is ever going to do it as good as you, don't care. Take it. Let go of that role in your job. I can't wait to show you this last card. Get mentally prepared now. Like, start mentally preparing yourself now. So that way, when this shift happens, when this opportunity happens, you can very calmly accept it and very calmly not bite, because this person, whoever this is going to throw the biggest tantrum and you cannot react to it. Those of you guys that have followed me for any length of time, you know that this is my favorite card in the entire deck. This is the Golden Empress, and this is magnetism and potency, and this is getting everything you fucking want. This is getting everything you fucking want. So when I say to let go of that role at work and get mentally prepared for it now, get mentally prepared for it now. I am all about this. Thank you. I am all about this. I am all about this, Tammy. Yeah. Just start getting yourself mentally prepared, because when this happens, if you bite and if you get involved in their temper tantrum when they find out the reward you're getting, it's going to cause you to be knocked down. So you cannot react to their temper tantrum. Not one bit. And just remember, cover your ass. Cover your ass. All right? Make sure I'm putting that in there the right way. Nope, it needs to go there. Tammy, I absolutely love this for you. I absolutely love this for you, like 100%. I love it. Love it. Like, I'm doing the big crazy smile for you. All right, what are you doing with your life right here? I had a bunch of appointments yesterday to get stuff ready before I went out of town, running errands and so on. And I was in the tag agency, and the lady there had tried to send one thing to somebody else, like in the same office, and it didn't go through. And we were kind of joking about technology and so on. Suzanne Horn is next, by the way. We were kind of joking about technology and so on. And I said that my favorite thing is that my laptop's name is Randy. And so when people are like, who the hell is Randy and why are they on my Wi-Fi? You know, I'm like, but I told them about Linda. It says Linda be Linda-ing. And I said, they were like, the one lady that was helping me, she was like, why did you name it Linda? And the lady she was trying to send stuff to was like, listen, Linda. And I just cracked up laughing. And they were in the process of naming their work computers when I left. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. So I was going to be on till about 8:30. So y'all have me for about another hour and a half. My kid just texted and said she's going to be off work a little earlier than 9:15. So I'll probably leave. I'll probably be on for another hour. If I do not get to you today, I'm going to try to get through all of my ones for today. Y'all, I will be on for a hot long minute tomorrow afternoon from noon until I get done. So if you miss me tonight or I miss you tonight or whatever, all of this will be on YouTube. So don't stress. So don't stress. All right, Suzanne, you ready? Ooh, why are you turquoise? What's up? Are you not feeling good? You have this interesting turquoise and green split. And it's like really, really dark turquoise. And it's like a straight line split in the middle. Like straight line, big up here, turquoise, and then green down here. This is just grass green. So that's the reason I asked if you weren't feeling good. You had a bad day today. I'm so sorry, Suzanne. Do we need to put people in jars for you? Like we can. Do we all need to, as a collective, put somebody in a jar for you? Like we got you, Suzanne. So the turquoise, the green makes sense because it's not really a like, you're just analyzing everything, yeah? You're just analyzing everything. So let's talk about the turquoise because it's more of a green turquoise. Maybe hubby if you don't act right. It's more of a turquoise. Or green, the green turquoise, that makes sense. But it's really vibrant. Like it's really, really vibrant. It's not a muted turquoise. Being that there's a straight, I mean, it's a straight line in the middle. So all of this up here. Before I go any further with this, I'm going to say this. You have a headache? Jesus. I feel like I just got punched in the side of the head. Wow, I also just sounded like the most spoiled teenager in the head. Oh my God. Lumpy space princess. You had one this morning. I'm going to advise you, Suzanne, take the rest of the night off. Like, seriously. Put your phone somewhere. Go take a hot shower or a hot bath. Go sit outside. Like, whatever it is you need to do. Just have some quiet. Just literal quiet. Okay? Because this turquoise up here, like I said, it extends pretty high. Like, it extends pretty high. So, this is... This is a lot of overanalyzing. It's a lot of... It's almost like poking holes in the dam. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there's all these little holes, even though it's a straight color. But I feel like it's like, all right, you know, just going through and like fixing all these little things. The green down, like from here down, it's like a really just green. You know, like when I say the word green, what you think of as green. This is new growth. And I think that that's what you're feeling. It's new growth coming up. And for some reason your brain is fighting it. That's why that line in the analytical aspect, like your brain is fighting against that new growth. First of all, I'm going to say it's okay to fight against it, and it's normal to fight against it. And I'm glad that I saw you say, what's up, Phoenix? I'm glad that I saw you say that you are going to take the rest of the evening off. And I think that's a good idea. In fact, all of you guys, every single one of you listening to this, there's a lot to be said. Story time. There's a lot to be said for just having quiet. Just having quiet. It's something I used to do every single morning. And then over the last, since probably, I really kind of stopped doing it in 2023. I can't really pinpoint when, sometime in the summer. I think because my schedule got so hectic and I felt like I was being pulled all of these different ways. My schedule got so hectic and I got out of that habit. And in the last 9 months, I have forced myself to get back into the habit. And it's hard. But I had that habit of every single day, I would have just quiet time in the morning. Like when my kids were in school, I would take my kids to school. I would come back. I would have a hot cup of tea. I would sit outside unless it was like 200 degrees already at that time in the morning. And then I would sit inside and just be quiet. There's a lot to be said for just quiet. Just quiet. Oh, I'm glad that you're in your room alone right now with your cat. Find something that makes you happy to do. And I don't mean like a video game. I don't mean listening to anything specific. I don't mean anything like that. Okay? What I mean is, and I want you to really simplify it down. There's a reason, I don't have it on right now because it's being washed, but like there's a reason that I have all of this like furry stuff, because I know this is going to come in a big shock to you guys, but I like the color blue. I know, it's the biggest shock, but I like the color blue. So because of my synesthesia, fur is blue. Like this fur right here is kind of a lighter blue. But like Zeus's fur, to me, it's like super slick and soft, and that is like cobalt. Okay, so something like this that is my favorite color makes me happy. Like just that, right? Like just that. For some people it's sound. For some people it's a certain light. Like we all have a spectrum of light that we like better, right? Like do you like warm light or cool light or whatever? Light, not like. Find something like that. Like literally simplify it down like that. This is why animals help us more than we realize. Just the act of petting a cat, petting a dog, it's very simplified, right? It's very, very simplified. And it helps our brain to like focus on one specific thing. Find something like that, because I just feel like these two colors, Suzanne, I feel like you're overwhelmed. I feel like and I don't feel like it's just today. I feel like this has like been a buildup of overwhelming things. So just put yourself in timeout. Just put yourself in timeout for the evening. Go to bed early. Listen to some classical music. Like I love cartoons. I love like older cartoons. Well, I say older cartoons. If I'm stressed out, I watch like Courage the Cowardly Dog or Flapjack or Adventure Time or Futurama. I watch like the older Futurama. I watch things like that. Do that. Y'all will be surprised how much your sanity will thank you for that kind of stuff. But Suzanne, you have my permission to 100% put yourself in timeout. I love Freaky Fred. That is one of my favorite Courage the Cowardly Dog episodes. I'm just saying. Oh, the anime, Misty? I've thought about that. That's come across my yeah. Okay. I'm down. I love that, Suzanne. Okay, noted. Noted. Thank you guys for all the roses and the gifts. I appreciate it. Oh, I love Foster's Home for Imaginary Friend. I bet you can't imagine which character was my favorite. I also just like his energy aside from the color. Yeah, blue was my favorite. Especially, I just like how crazy he is. I'm not gonna lie, I like how crazy he is. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite one. Yeah. I did like Cheese too. I can't remember the name of the one, the real tall one with the long lanky legs. Look, now we're all talking about cartoon. The one with the long lanky legs. Had the like fuzzy hair. Shoot. Now I'm gonna have to go watch that. I haven't seen that one in a long time. I'm so glad that you I'm so glad that you brought that up. I don't know where Foster's home is. I know that Futurama, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Flapjack, and Adventure Time are all on Hulu. Will, thank you. Yeah. You did, Tammy, but that's okay. It is on YouTube. All right. Molly. Molly is next. Your energy has felt off for the last few months. I'm so sorry. Let me say this. Let me say this first, Molly, before I start turning your cards over. Everybody has felt this. Okay, wait. Let me back that up. Most people have felt this. Most people have felt this. Myself included. And that's because most people have gone through a massive level up and you're just now getting your head back above water. But let's see. So you have Denu, which is the mother of creation. And this is creation, it's ferocity, it's motherhood. And then you have equilibrium. Before I turn any of these others over, sometimes, I'm just going to say this before I turn these other 3 over. When you've been off balance for so long, and then you get back in balance, it feels like you're off balance. As I get a solar flare notification. But think about it. If you're used to your balance being like this is your day to day because you've been off balance for so long, and then suddenly your energy is balanced, you're going to feel off kilter, right? Right? If you're used to this and then suddenly it's this, do you see what I mean? I haven't turned any of these other 3 over yet, but Molly, I think that over the last few months that you're talking about, I want you to just look back at the last time you felt like your energy was right. Like you felt like your energy was on point. Is that when you started manifesting? Just think about it. Is that when you really started hardcore manifesting? A big change, a big shift? Because what these first 2 cards tell me, the motherhood, the creation, the ferocity, and the equilibrium, this is where you are right now. Huge change. This is where you are right now. This is literally creation, getting your feet underneath you solidly, building a foundation of what's to come. If you guys are new to manifesting, if you're new to setting large goals for yourself, then when you start setting large goals, when you start getting big manifestations put in place, it can feel like everything is off kilter. And like I said, if you're used to this and then suddenly you're here, you're going to feel weird, right? You have eternal charisma. The card on the top is El Shaddai, which is wisdom, paternalism, and kindness. I find it very interesting that you have the mother of creation and then you have the father energy, the mother on one end and the father on the other. Underneath that, you have the Lady of Masks, which is reclaiming you. It's also surface appearance. Let me just say, I see you. Let me just say that. Let me just say that, Ms. Molly. I see you. My friend, I think that why you feel off is because you're actually starting to be in balance all the time. And when you're in balance all the time, you're so used to being off balance and operating either from a really big divine feminine or a really big divine masculine, that now that you have everything, you're starting to do this and it's more balanced instead of swinging wildly. Manifestation happens much faster when you're at, in this area right here, instead of it like this, just like that. The eternal charisma, though, I don't want to, let me see if I can say this in a way that's not going to give things away. I mean, not like anybody knows you anyway. I feel like what you're manifesting is not just a job. It's not just a house. It's not just a car. It's not just a person. It's like, it's much bigger than that. Am I right? It's much bigger than that. I love that you went from the massive divine feminine, yes, to the massive divine masculine. And then also over here, these two are balanced as well. This is a lot of reclaiming, and this is a lot of surface appearance here too. So I also wouldn't be surprised to know that over the last few months of you feeling off kilter a little bit, you've looked in the mirror and realized that you don't look like yourself anymore. And I bet that that's only going to become more and more prominent, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Honey, keep manifesting. Keep doing this. Keep, like, I'm like grinning all the big for you. Keep doing this, because whatever it is you're doing, it's spot on. It's spot on. I see you. I see you. This is spot on. 100% spot on. I'm proud of you. I don't even know you, and I'm like uber proud of you. I'm just saying. Everything you're manifesting is heading your way. All of that charisma, all of this balance, all of this power, all of it's headed your way. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. I can see that you've been working hard. I can see. Like, my face hurts from grinning about this. So, where you say your energy has felt off for the last few months, I would advise you to sit back and make a list of all the good things that have happened. Sit back and make a list of all of the changes that have happened, because I think that you're going to see, it's not so much that your energy has felt off, it's been stronger. It's not so much that your energy has felt off kilter, it's that it's in balance. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I give it maybe 3 months tops, and whatever it is you're manifesting is gonna be right in your lap. I think you're gonna wake up one morning and be like, oh my God. I do. I really and truly do. So as I was reading for you, my kid called and said she's off work already. So I'm going to get off of here and go pick up my kiddo. I will see you guys tomorrow. So if you're on my list for tonight, I will get you done tomorrow. Oh no, you have to hang out with me again. Oh no. You're in trouble. So I am going to go pick up my kid before she starts calling again, because she will.